massive human trafficking. It's a record 288 people arrested.
They're not reporting the real numbers.
The numbers are segmented and they are fictitious.
I started my career in 1997 in the United States Border Patrol. It was one of the most violent times in recent Border Patrol history. I made my bones and my reputation on that border. I believe what is happening on the border today is intentional.
We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them.
Our own government is facilitating the absolute destruction of the American immigration system, and I can prove it point by point. I'm unafraid to speak the truth. This is just data-driven and experience-driven.
The golden age of America begins right now. America's decline is over. We will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth. I am with you. I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun.
In the proud spirit of America and in the proud spirit of our great country,
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Man, oh man, you tell me that doesn't get you pumped. That's how I feel every day now that Donald Trump's president. Every single day. Because we're sticking it. We're sticking it to everyone that we had to eat it for 4 years, fighting back those crazed liberals, those mental patients, all of their sexual perversion, all the destruction of our borders, all of the destruction of American sovereignty. We sat back and we fought and we fought and we fought. And then now we're attacking because we have a leader. We're not on defense. There's nothing defensive about anything that's happening right now. Nothing is defensive. Everything is offensive and attack. That's why Donald Trump's winning. That's why we're winning. America's great. We just got to get back to that greatness. We've got to push all of the trash in our country and push it to the corners and then set it on fire and incinerate it. Don't tell me I have to find some kind of common ground with these people. Don't. Do not come to alpha males and tell me and men like me and patriots like us that we have to meet them some way, that we have to have unity. No, I don't need unity with traitors. No. You think George Washington had unity with Benedict Arnold? You think George Washington had any unity or let's have a conversation with people that ran away from the army? Do you know that he would hunt them down? He had guys that went and hunted down the deserters, brought them back to the camp in front of everyone, held a trial, found them guilty and hung them in front of everyone. George Washington did not like to do that. That was not one of his top things that he loved to wake up in the morning. He wasn't a tyrant, but he knew he had to show strength. And that's what we have to have. We have to show strength all the time. Because the moment you let little beta males, mental patients that think they can have babies when they have penis and a testicle or testicles, depending on what level of surgery they've gone through. If we give them any quarter at all, if we give them an inch, they will take the proverbial mile. They'll take 10 miles. We can never allow that to happen again. Well, how do you make sure things never happen again? Well, you have to destroy it. You have to crush it. You have to incinerate it. You have to get ashes and scatter them to the far corners of the earth. So when those mental patients even get to the point they're like, well, maybe we should talk about men can have babies. They tell them, hey, dude, don't even whisper that. Those MAGA thugs will come out and crush us. And you think that I need to be kind to those people? For 4 years, while I'm raising my son from 8 to 12 to 13, 4 years, I had to have discussions with him about transgender freaks. LGBT, XYZ, pi sign divided by insanity. No, not going to do it. Women getting knocked out in boxing matches, MMA. Girls getting concussions from volleyballs, hitting them in the head during games. Girls getting their knees ripped apart because they're struggling to get a rebound from a man that's 6'7" playing girls basketball in college or high school. Nope. No unity for me. I don't want it. The only unity I want is from patriots, gathered around together, ready to crush the resistance. And do not think for a second, no matter how great Donald Trump is and how much winning we're doing, we have so much more to go. And I'm going to show you video after video for video today of the enemy. I'm going to show you diversity, and you're going to love it. Many of you watching are not from California, where I spent 2.5 decades of my life. And I'm going to show you what diversity looks like and how enraged you should feel and how fearful you should feel when foreign flags are waved in your nation, when they burn your flag. I'm going to tell you, I can't get enough of Donald Trump. I'm just going to tell you, I can't. I'm looking at my lineup of videos that I'm going to show you in articles. We're not in this position without Donald Trump. This has nothing. I want to make this as crystal clear as I can. There is zero to do with the Republican Party. This has nothing, absolutely zero to do with the Republican Party. Without Donald Trump, we would still be back in the days of Mitt Romney, Mitch McConnell, all that. We would still be in that just stupid phase. Go ahead and play this next video I have, please. I love it. This is winning. Listen to this Marine. Listen to what he's telling you, because that is how things have changed. This is a great analogy. I love the Marines anyway. Let's roll it, man.
There's only two types of people in this world, and you got to decide who you're going to be. There's thermostats and there's thermometers. See, most of the world is a thermometer. They just react to the world around them. If things around them are falling apart, they fall apart. If things are going good, things are going good. If you're lucky at the end of your life, as long as the conditions were set right, you'll have a good life. But you leave it all up to chance because you're not in control. You just react like an ice cube in a hot summer day. You just melt. But you got to be a thermostat. You got to set the conditions. If it's too hot outside, set it so it's a little bit colder. If it's too cold out there, set it so the heat turns on, right? Like, you set the conditions for yourself. You make a decision and determine who you're going to be. You make a decision and determine what you're going to say. You make a decision and determine how you're going to react. That is the secret. And so you're either the thermostat or you're the thermometer. Can't be both. Learn to set your conditions. Learn to get what you want out of life. Learn to be in control. If you can do that, you'll go far.
What that man is saying, take control of your life. Have complete ownership, 100% ownership. Sure, there's bad stuff. Sure, there's a bunch of mental patients. Sure, we are led by a decrepit old man that has no idea what planet Earth he's on. However, we came out. You have ownership of your life. You take count of why you are where you're at. And accept what you can't control, but do not blame anyone. But have the courage to do what must be done. Sometimes you just need to. One great thing about social media, I will tell you, is sometimes you just have to. When you look at it, social media, what's great about it, it just sometimes it reaffirms what you believe in a very different way, like just a different verbiage, the way, different description, different analogy, just to reaffirm what you believe and why you believe it. There is a sense of masculinity rising. Last night, I was on Manhood in America, Marshall, out of New York City. And it was myself, I believe he's retired lieutenant from New York PD, and two black pastors and one white pastor from New York City. It doesn't really matter what color they are, but different denominations, I should say. And it was 2 hours of discussion of masculinity, the role of the father and the role of a man in America. And I'm going to tell you what came of that. If I had to choose a couple adjectives or characteristics to describe it: anger, frustration, an adamant belief that it's going to change, and they and we are going to change it. I mean, big, strong, intellectually strong, spiritually strong, physically strong, emotionally strong men were saying without hesitation last night, calling things as it's supposed to be said out loud. It was powerful. And it always reminds me, I don't need reminding of this because I know it's all a lie, and I grew up in the Deep South. The idea that blacks hate whites and whites hate blacks, that's absurdity. Maybe you have problems in inner cities because you're so concentrated and the level of economic despair is elevated. You get out of the major cities, there's nobody talking that way. No one's saying. All my life I grew up, I was born in Massachusetts. I moved all around. My father got promoted. I ended up spending a lot of my young life and into high school and college in Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, some too. The big, Mississippi burning, all that crap. I never was invited to any meetings where the white people got together and decided to put our thumb on black people. And I never was invited to any black parties talking about how we're going to kill and destroy white people. Never had it. Was there some racism, bias? Sure. But was it profound? No, wasn't. We've been lied to our whole lives about everything. This is the Great Awakening. I pulled this clip up. This is a Fox News host, and he just became a citizen, I want to say about a year ago, maybe 18 months from UK, became a U.S. citizen, proud U.S. citizen. And I saw this, I guess this was on inauguration night, I believe, but I thought it was worth showing. This is what we need with immigrants, legal immigrants. Go ahead and play this, please.
Well, I want to make a political point, but also a personal one. On the political front, and actually, funnily enough, speaking as a new American, someone who became an American citizen since the last inauguration of a president, this is the America that we signed up for, those of us who came here and wanted to take part in the story of this great country, this a nation that has swagger and confidence and the energy that's been on display all through the weekend, but especially in that speech. It's so inspiring to everyone. Everyone's saying this phrase, America is back. Boy, is America back. So that's the political point. Just quickly on the personal front, I have to say, watching all of this and just thinking about what Donald Trump, as a person, has been through over the last few years and more, I just feel happy for him. Yeah. I really do. Just on a human level, what an incredible fighter, what a fierce patriot, and I think he absolutely deserves this wonderful day.
Quite the victory lap for him. It really is.
America's winning. America's beginning to dominate. We're going to talk about the Mexican and Canadian tariffs, and they bent the knee. It is frightening to the left to have an adversary like Trump. They have no one, not even close to the power that man has. The intellect, the determination, and the patriotism that he has. I always thought the left had a greater determination to destroy America than the Republicans had to sustain America. I still believe that. The absolute only difference is one man, Donald Trump. That's it. You know it, and I know it. If Donald Trump wasn't here, Speaker Johnson would be in control. Then you have John Thune running the Senate, and then it would just be a hodgepodge of crap. We would have some milquetoast piece of garbage Republican and president right now, and it'd just be worthless. We would do nothing. We'd always hear, well, you know, the clock moves slow in Washington. You can't get things done. No, we can get a million things done. Listen to me. It has been 2 weeks. It has not been 2 years or 20 years. It's 2 weeks. Let me say that again. It has been 2 weeks. 93% of the border numbers are down. 93%. The new Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, is riding horses down in the Rio Grande with the same people that they called that were abusers and whipping Haitians and lied about that. Put those men on administrative leave. Kamala Harris, you can burn in hell. Donald and Biden, you're definitely burning in hell. Mayorkas, you're a traitor. Hopefully we get to hang you one day after you're found guilty. And then we have this incredible. Think about 2 weeks ago, you would think that whoever said this was insane, this next video I'm going to show you. Hell, I didn't even think about this. This is so off my radar, but it's so perfect. Listen to this, watch this, and tell me, could you even imagine this happening 15 days ago? Watch this.
This is your captain speaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll look at the right side of the aircraft, you'll see the Gulf of America.
That's how we need to be. Unapologetic, mock them, in your face, offensive, and offensive. That's it. No more defensive play. No more Mitt Romneys. No more John McCain's. No more Paul Ryan's, John Boehner's, McCarthy's. None of them. All of them. Eradicate them from our party. We are going to be the party that goes and attacks. Gulf of Mexico? I don't think so. Mexico's a third world cesspool. We own that. Gulf of America. Greenland, we need you. What's the price? Tell us what the price is, or we're going to come in and just take it anyway. So let's make it good for you. Panama Canal? Oh, they told us we could never do anything with Panama Canal. Panamanian government just shut out the Chinese. Gone. America's in charge now. You think that would have happened with Kamala Harris? Hell, Kamala Harris doesn't know where Panama is. Could you imagine? Just pick some random slob that was going to be run for Republic. Oh, Pence. Let's throw Pence in there. You think Pence would do anything like this? Mister, I'm afraid to get in an elevator by myself with any woman. Do you know that's weird? That's weird, dude. You're a weird dude. And anybody who professes their Christianity the way you do, right off the bat, boom, told my wife, don't trust him. Very first time, don't trust him. And I was proven right. Without Donald Trump, America's dying. With Donald Trump, we are ascending. We have to back him. Man, he just pumps me up. I ain't gonna lie. 4 years of depression, of looking at morons destroying our country, looking at American citizens wandering around like zombies, like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Why don't you put your big boy britches on and let's get in the ball game? What Donald Trump has done for all the people that are have less character than the average American, or the people that just needed a boost, he just gave you the confidence, gave you the understanding of what to do. That's all he's done, and he's going moving forward. I want you to please go to our sponsors. We cannot continue to grow as a Worldview Tube. We've got to grow, and we are. And we're being aggressive about our growth. But it costs money, time, talent, treasure. So please show patronage to our sponsors. sat123.com, sat123.com/JJ. Scout what you need for sat phones, a bivy that attaches to your cell phone, becomes a sat phone. Ballistic vest that has a shield. Don't tell me you don't need that. Don't tell me you're watching the news and think, well, my child doesn't need that. He goes to a great school. Really? sat123.com/JJ. Go to that product. Go to that website and look at the endless items that you need to be prepared. Trump's winning, but the Democrats are quiet. The enemy is quiet. It's never good because they're conspiring. What are they going to do next? And we'll be ready and we'll squash them. Go to sat123.com/JJ. I have a new sponsor today I want to bring on. Patriotsmade.com. Patriotsmade.com/JJ. Now, why do I want to bring this on? And I got a complete package delivered to me the other day. Everything you can imagine. And what this American made, it's all made in America. You've been sending your money to giant corporations that are poisoning you in the food, poisoning you in your water, poisoning you with lotions that have metals in it, and they hate you. They mock you. They made DEI the absolute what has to be, turned away people because of their race, didn't hire them, didn't employ them. But we were giving them our money to kill us. Think of that. We didn't have Patriots Made for a while. We didn't have this kind of alternative commerce, if you will. For a long time, I would go, and I still do this with my cell phone. I got to change that over. I still do that with quite a few things. I'm like, dang it, I can't believe that I'm sending them my money to a company that hates me, hates my values, mocks my values. Why am I doing this? I don't have alternative. And just this last 2 weeks, I got turned on to this, had to go through the sponsorship program to understand the product. It's made in America. There are no additives. There's no, like, I have another product that I'm gonna show is and I won't show it today, but it's freedomstakesnow.com, freedomstakesnow.com. And I'll have all the promos and all that on my website, and I'll bring it up tomorrow. But there's no hormones. There's no antibodies pumped into them. There's no mRNA. You have meat that have mRNA in it. You have meat that they're shooting with steroids. We're poisoning ourselves, and we're giving our money to commit suicide. It's like when I say America is sending money, billions of dollars to the United Nations. The United Nations are turning it over to the NGOs, the international NGOs. The international NGOs bring it up, all these illegals and drugs up to the border. Then we pay straight from our coffers to the NGOs in America. We are paying outside forces to destroy the United States of America. Same thing. with the corporations. We're paying money to major corporations, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, all of those, and we're paying them money to destroy us. Go to patriotsmade.com/JJ. Patriots with an S, made.com/JJ. Just go to our sponsors. I'm not gonna put anything up that I don't use or don't believe in. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sell you hand workout machines to get a better grip, or a dress that really falls well on broad man's shoulders. I'm not gonna do it. I don't care how much money you give me. I'm not gonna do it. Trump is the king, man. I'm just sitting here thinking about everything he's doing. Everything that man does. Man, he has been strategizing for years. All right, how am I going to lay this out? What happened this past weekend? Evidently, Canada and Mexico must have had some kind of bilateral conversations between Claudia Sheinbaum, the Mexican president, and the absolute utter beta male, Trudeau in Canada, got together and they decided they're going to tariff America. They're going to tariff America. The insanity that those two weak countries could hurt America is insane. And you saw what Donald Trump did this weekend. He said, okay, we're going to tariff them 25, 50% too. And then overnight on Saturday, you saw the peso and the Canadian dollar nosedive. Nosedive. I want you to play this video, if you will, of Donald Trump being asked a question. Is there anything to do about this on Sunday? Just watch he's so resolute.
President, is there anything China, Canada, and Mexico can do tonight to forestall your implementation of tariffs tomorrow?
No, nothing. Not right now, no.
Not a negotiating tool?
No, it's not. No, it's a pure economic. We have big deficits with, as you know, with all three of them. And in one case, they're sending massive amounts of fentanyl, killing hundreds of thousands of people a year with the fentanyl.
Nothing can happen. They can do nothing. And he's just playing games. He's like, I know, and you know that I know that you know that I, America, holds all the cards. I have all the leverage. Everything. I hold all the cards. I have a royal flush, and you know it. There's nothing you can do. So guess what Canada does? Now, hold on a second. Let's go to the next one. Can you go to the J.D. Vance one with Maria Bartoloma? And just, let's play this out. Can you show this one, please?
These tariffs will go into effect tomorrow.
Yep.
25% on Canada and Mexico, 10% on China. Are you expecting retaliation?
We'll see what happens, but I think, unfortunately, the retaliation has already happened. The problem with this whole idea that they're going to retaliate is they have already been taking advantage of America for decades. The retaliation is Donald Trump saying no more. We're not going to be taken advantage of anymore, and I think it's important the president is doing what he's doing. Now, look, it looks different ways and comes in different forms, whether you're talking about Canada or China or Mexico. We know that Mexico has allowed the facilitation of the illegal drug trade and illegal sex trafficking for years and has done nothing about it. If they want to be a better partner to us, the time starts now. We know the Chinese, of course, have stolen American manufacturing jobs for 30, 40 years, and also that they've facilitated the trafficking of illegal fentanyl into Mexico, where the drug cartels then bring it into our country. We are sick of being taken advantage of. We still have, thank God, the biggest economy in the entire world, the best people and the best workers. But the message from President Trump to the entire world is very clear. We are done being taken advantage of, and we have a president who looks out for the interests of American citizens. Thank God we do, and we're going to try to do it the best we can.
Thank God we do. Thank God Almighty. Without Donald Trump, we would still be in these horrific deficits. Go ahead and play this next clip. This is a great clip. This is a guy talking about what Canada has done to America. in tariffs for decades as we act as if we're great trading partners. It's all a lie. You've been lied to your whole life. I have been lied to my whole life. Watch this guy.
Our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen are the best in the world, and they are treated poorly. Canada, as we spoke about, treats our dairy farmers horribly. That's got to end. That's got to end. And if they are going to, if Canada is going
Reagan,
to
I'm
rely
going to
on
skip
America
over
for its
the
economic growth, how about you treat our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen with respect? And so I think the president and our Trump administration is going to improve the lives and is focused on improving the lives of our producers, our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen. These are vital. So I'm going to work hard to make sure, as an example, for your dairy farmers, they do much, much better in Canada than they've ever done before. And that is a key focus of this administration.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with America first? What's wrong with taking care of our own people? You have Chuck Schumer. I don't have the video here because I can't stand that guy. I can't stand. He's all hunched over with his hair plugs. His wife is a dude in a dress. Dude in a dress. Look it up. Nobody has shoulders that broad. Nobody looks like a man. And you say that is a woman. No. This is an age of awakening. Get ready for what you're going to learn. What is wrong with having everything America first and every other country last? Do we need to rape and pillage other countries? No. But if it does not align with our best interest, we don't want you. We don't want the deal. We want you to get something good out of the deal, and that is you're going to sell your products to Americans. You get access to the world's largest consumer base. Outside of that, all I want is a thank you and move your sorry ass out of the way. And talking about sorry asses, let's listen to Trudeau on Friday being the biggest tough guy he can about what's going to happen to America.
Tonight, I am announcing Canada will be responding to the U.S. trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives. Ce soir, j'annonce la réplique du Canada.
I left that French in there just to the icing on the cake of what an impotent little girl he is. And guess what happened today? When Donald Trump said, is there anything that we can do, Donald Trump? Nope. Sorry, it's done. Guess what? What Claudia Sheinbaum and Trudeau do? Well, they do what every leader does to America now, is they bent the knee to the king. And they said, sir, is there anything that we can do? And Trump must have said, well, you can put your military on the border and shut down all of the illegal aliens and drugs pouring into our country. And then maybe I will think about not tariffing your nation and bringing it to its knees. And what did Trudeau say? In a post, he didn't even get on and speak French to us. He did a post on X saying, I had a very good conversation with Donald Trump. And now we're going to put military on our border. We're going to spend $1.3 billion on securing the border. We're going to have new choppers, new ground sensors. We're going to have everything to stop the flow of fentanyl. We're going to have a fentanyl task force, joint terrorism task force. We're going to do it all. Oh, and by the way, we're going to pause tariffs for 30 days. Of course you are. We just got you to spend almost $2 billion, and you're going to suspend your tariffs, and we agreed to suspend ours until you show us what you're going to do for us. And then if we're going to need to crush you financially, we will. What did President Scheinbaum in Mexico decide to do at the same time? Isn't it coincidental? At the same time, she bends a knee. And she says, Mexico is going to allocate enough money to fund 10,000 Mexican soldiers on their northern and our southern border to stop all illegal migrants and hard narcotics from pouring over into America. And we're going to pause tariffs for 30 days. Of course you are, sweetheart. And Canadian sweetheart, of course you are too. You're going to do what we want you to do. We don't need you, Mexico. Chuck Schumer, who's married to a man, came out with Corona and a avocado, telling us that we're really going to get hurt. They're going to charge more for beer, and we're not going to have guacamole for our chips and salsa. That old loser, that's his pitch for no tariffs. Again, I want to go back to maybe the thesis of this episode, that without Donald Trump, those impotent, corrupt, disgusting people would still be running this country. One man changed it all of it. We are going to change the way we do business. You want into America's money, you want into our consumer base, then you're going to pay. I'll make a very bold prediction. By 2026, not this tax season, but next, the income tax will be gone. Gone. Donald Trump will have it cease. It'll be done. You will see economic boom that you can't, it's going to make Reagan's 80s look like walk in the park. It's party time, man. When he gets rid of that income tax, and he gets rid of tax on Social Security, he gets rid of all this stuff, and he makes foreigners pay for our greatness to be able to access us, that's power. Now we got to keep him alive. And we've got to back him. And we have got to get out there and support him. Go to Pet Club 24/7, truthwithjj247.com, truthwithjj247.com. It comes in this is all about your immune system. I have it right here. I take it every day. It's right here. Boom, I take it right before I come on, so I remember. Take it. It's a mushroom in a capsule form. This mushroom is from Japan. I take it. I give my dog a treat, her Mojo has it. I just got another email today from Pet Club 24/7. A new package is coming of Mojos for your dog Cinnamon, and you got lotion. No metals in the lotion, no nothing in the lotion except all natural supplements and the mushroom. So I rub it on my hands instead of rubbing aluminum and metal in my skin. I'm going to rub natural oils, natural God-given plants onto my body, feed my dog, take supplements that help my immune system that has been wrecked by COVID. Wrecked by COVID. I still have horrific chest pain and cold whenever I catch a cold and cough. And it is absolute in the depths of my lungs. And I want Donald Trump to rectify that wrong in my life and millions of Americans, tens of millions. I also created something this weekend. I hemmed and hawed. I did. I'll be very honest with you. I went back and forth, talked to my wife about this, talked to Brandon House about it. And I came to the conclusion that I'm going to do it. And that is a give, send, go for Truth with JJ Carrell. Because I want my show to grow. I want the platform of Worldview to grow. In order for that to grow. I need to fly certain guests in, put them in hotels, pay for speaking or interview fees for their time. And that costs thousands of dollars a month to do that. And I want to provide you, the audience, with as much content as I possibly can get my hands on. I want to give you the best articulation of what's transpiring, not the lies, cut through all the BS and just tell you exactly what's happening. To go to Give, Send, Go, $5 for a coffee. I think that's fair. I do. I love what I do. I love coming on here every night for an hour, but it's 2 or 3 hours of prep for that hour. I think the rule of thumb is about 2 to 3 hours prep per hour you're on the air. And I've been finding that about right. About 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending on how in depth I want to go. Then it goes to 3. So I think a coffee's worth it. If you can do it, great. If you can't, don't sweat it. But it's there. GiveSendGo.com/JJ Carrell. And that goes to funding the growth of Truth with JJ Carrell on Worldview Tube. Now, I have 2 videos that I want to show you because it's important of what they're doing. And the first one's just Donald Trump talking about Doge. You talk about money. You talk about, I'm going to give $5 to Give, Send, Go. I'm going to go support SAT 123. I'm going to do, money gets tight. Why is our money tight? Because we're paying for absolute garbage in America. The government has been ripping us off. I'm going to show a 40-second video of Donald Trump, then I'm going to go to a 2-minute video of a woman that's just going to list several of the programs that we have been funding. And you say, well, it's $1 million there, it's $10 million there, it's $1 billion there. No. It adds up. It's like listening to Margaret, that lady that J.D. Vance eviscerated, trying to minimize our foreign aid. Well, that's just 1% of the budget. I don't care, sweetheart. You just 1% of a $8 trillion budget. That's pretty big amount of money that you took from me to give to foreign nationals while my brothers and sisters are struggling when I have to struggle. No, those days are gone. They're gone. And I want them all gone. I want all of this gone. They're ripping us off. They're stealing from us. And then they're mocking us by giving these programs our money. Listen to what Donald Trump says about Doge real quick.
Get paid. But Doge, I think great progress has been made. We're talking about cutting over $1 trillion of waste. We're talking about waste. We're not talking about we're going to love and cherish Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. We're not going to do anything with that other than if we can find some abuse or waste, we'll do something, but the people won't be affected. It'll only be more effective and better. And our country, as our country gets richer, the people on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, those people are going to be more secure. If Biden had gotten elected, Social Security was going to fail because the country was failing. It was going to fail. The country was going to fail.
I want you to listen to this 2 minutes, but it's worth it. This young lady is going to recite Doge information. And when you begin to listen to the insanity, but I want you to make it more personal, because what happens in America is we begin to hear large numbers and we're like, well, that's just that, that they're giving that money there. And no. I want you to think right now as you're watching this, if I gave you $1,000, we all have to get federal tax $500 to $1,000 to just the average $500 to $2,000 a month. The federal government takes in federal income tax. Let's just cut it even. Let's say 1,000. As you're watching this, I want you to think of your hand has 10 $100 bills. And every, 10, 15 seconds, I take one of those $100. I take one of those hundreds, I take another and another and another. At the end of this video, I've taken your $1,000. When you say it like that, instead of it being electronically taken out of your check, when your check that say $2,000 this 2 weeks is now $3,000 net? You're telling me that's not profound? Or it's $2,500, excuse me. So every 2 weeks, your check goes up $500. That doesn't have a profound impact on you? I don't care if you're a millionaire, a billionaire, or some guy making 50 grand a year. $500 is $500. You put $500 in a billionaire's hand and then you take it, he's going to not be happy. Nobody wants to throw money away. Listen to what this lady has found. It's disgusting.
There's a man on here that has an account, and he calls himself the Doge Update Guy. The Department of Government Efficiency, a lot of their programs are being cut. And I'm going to name you 5 of them. But if you go follow his account, he talks about 30 plus, maybe even more. And when I read you these, I want you to know this is not a skit. These are real programs that our federal government is putting money towards. You ready? Okay, number 1, the government is spending $1.4 million annually on a national bubble wrap relief study. They're trying to study if popping bubble wrap relieves stress. Yes, okay, let's move on. Number 2, the federal government is spending $2.3 million to teach clowns how to fold balloons into animals. Number 3, the government is spending $1.8 million yearly to fund a program, I don't even think I'm going to be able to say this without laughing, to guide you. It's called a sock pairing guide program. It's guidance so you can pair your socks correctly. Let's continue. The government is spending $10 billion annually to furnish vacant buildings around the country. Yes, you heard me correctly. $10 billion. And last but certainly not least, because there's plenty more where this came from, we are spending $1.7 million annually to create a stapler that will not jam. And I am not even effing joking you. That's right here. It says that. It's real. I want to know whose job it was to think of those programs, because we all know they're not real programs. They're lining the pockets of the people who work for the government. But if you want to laugh or hear any more, go over and watch the Doge Guy update. And just so you know, President Trump did put a halt on these programs because he wants to know where every single dollar is being spent, as he should.
$1.4 million for bubble wrap, $1 billion for other garbage. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of Doge. Wait till Elon Musk already came out over the weekend and said Doge has already found $1 trillion in waste. $1 trillion. Trump's about to fire 2 million federal employees that do not show up to work. Could you imagine getting 6-figure salary and you never show up to work? You do it from your home. You Skype or you Zoom or you Teams every day in your pajamas. It's incredible what we've allowed our nation to become. But do not for a second think that the fight is just with our government. Our fight also is with foreign nationals in our country. As illegal alien protests from Mexican nationals inside America are protesting across America. I'm going to show you a couple of videos from California where I spent 2.5 decades. And I'm going to tell you with complete certainty, with no hesitation, that the people that live in Southern California, the millions of illegal aliens that live in California, they have one allegiance and one allegiance only, and that is to Mexico. They are here to take from America, and they don't care. I lived in this place. They're emboldened now. National Guard should be brought in, and they should be eradicated. Go and play this first video. They shut down the Freeway 101. It already takes you 2 hours to go 20 miles, or actually 4 miles. 20 miles might take you 2-3 hours. Now you have these savages blocking the highway in LA. Let's just roll right into the next one. I just want you to kind of get an idea. This is down, I think, in National City in San Diego. Just give you an idea what's going on. Please play this one.
This was the scene for most of the evening in National City. Droves of people took over much of Highland Avenue.
Can someone
Beats. Oye, DJ donde que los scratches. Desde alzada mi perro. No saben quién soy yo, sí. Oye, dice, es Celeste, papá. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya quemó afuera. Soy mexicano, esa es mi bandera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera. Verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio.
That's good, Reagan. Diversity is a strength. Don't you know that's true? Don't you know it's good for America to have multiple flags of foreign nations being flown? Don't you know that's good? Music that I hate, like I hate that music. I hate it. That Oompa Loompa accordion crap, the same stuff the Germans play, it's horrible. And the Mexicans just make it even worse. I think I hate it more because I see the Mexican flag waving. I would hate the same if the German flag was flying. I don't give a crap. Get foreign flags out. Could you imagine if you were down in Mexico City right now waving an American flag, singing Kid Rock? How do you think that would go? You think that would be okay? You think the Mexican government will let you do that? You know they wouldn't. Go ahead and show this next video. It's 9 seconds long, but I just want you to see what it looks like when savages take over your country and they can do whatever they want because you're so gutless, America. Go ahead. Play this. I love this. Unbelievable. Go ahead and play the next one. Let's just keep rolling. This is in Atlanta, Georgia. This isn't Calexico, California, or El Centro or Brawley. This isn't Anaheim or Santa Ana in Orange County. No, this is Atlanta, Georgia. Go ahead and play this. If that doesn't piss you off, then you're not alive. You're just not alive. If I showed that in any other nation, Russia, Iran, China, Japan, hell, even Mexico, and I just changed that to a American flag, and I asked their citizens, how does that make you feel? They would be irate. What do you mean that's in my country? Where's that in my country? Why are we allowing this to happen? I want all those people arrested. Not in America. The pendulum has swung so far to the left that we live in an alternative universe. But what these people, as well as the transgenders and all of the gender ideology and all the traitors, they have this fantasy that once that pendulum swings and gets stuck at the top of that left side, they think it stays there forever. They forget that over time that pendulum swings back and it swings hard, hard right. And when that big pendulum swings down, it destroys everything in its wake. We are just beginning to see that. Wait till that pendulum comes sweeping through and destroys them. I want to be a part of it. But if all that didn't make you too upset because you're just so conditioned to be weak, tell me how you feel about this video. Go ahead and play this one, please, Reagan. Just so you know, that's the American flag. In America, in Southern California, surrounded by illegal alien Mexican nationals. Your flag, my flag. So as much as I want, and I love playing those videos of Donald Trump, our incredible military, the renaissance of America, I have to be intellectually honest with you and myself as well, that we have so much more work to do. What will Trump's response be to those people? How many more times, Mr. President, are we going to allow people that are illegally in our country to shut down our commerce, our highways, burn our flags in front of us? How many more times are we going to have to deal with this? Or are we going to call out the National Guard? Do not tell me you're going to call out the LAPD. Do not. Do you know that they had 9 illegal aliens in their police academy last year? 9. They should already have passed their academy, and now they're police officers. Illegal aliens in LAPD, police officers with a gun. It's against the federal law for an illegal alien to possess a firearm. But they're going to give them a firearm, and they are going to enforce the constitutional laws of the United States of America against you. An illegal alien from California, illegal alien in California from Mexico, at least 9 of them were in the academy, and I believe they've all been graduated. You have illegal aliens in Illinois going through their police departments. If it's not happening now, it is happening in a very short time. You will be pulled over by an illegal alien. How many illegal aliens out of those 9 you think that we're going to fight with their brothers and sisters in uniform against their brothers and sisters that are illegal aliens in America? You think their loyalties are not tested? Where will they go? Which side will they fall on? Are you really asking me that question? America is not out of the woods. We're coming up to the tree line. But out in the flats, outside of the tree line, is the enemy, and their guns are already leveled on us. Buckle up, America. This is going to be a hard, long 4 years, but it will be worth it.
All right, welcome to Code Blue with Dr. John and Brooke. It is February the 3rd, 2025, and so we want to talk today about Kennedy. That's Robert Kennedy Jr. and his confirmation. That should be this week.